What up, guys? This is your boy DZD, aka the Drank Kang, Purple World Entertainment, live from the Dungeon Palace Studios once again. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you guys so much for clicking on the video and checking out this channel. If this is your first time with us, please hit that subscribe button and also hit that bell notification. That way you can stay notified every time I drop a video. Today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to work with samples instead of VSTs. I do that a lot, especially when I'm traveling and I'm on my laptop. Instead of bringing a MIDI controller, instead of bringing the MPC, I like to work specifically on my laptop. So what I'll do is I'll use the VSTs and then bounce the samples down into audio files and just work with those audio files. That way it makes it a bit easier. All I'm doing is working with WAV files inside of my PC. It relieves a lot of stress on your resources when you're only working with a small system or you're on the go and all you have is just a laptop. It's a very simple feature in the MPC. It's just that a lot of people don't think to use it that much, but we're gonna jump inside and I'm gonna show you how I use it to my advantage. So without saying too much, let's pull up the MPC software and show you how I get it done. Let's do it. All right, guys, we got the MPC software pulled up. We're going to work with just some samples from VSTs. Keep the samples how they are, but just instead of working with the VSTs, we're going to use the samples by using the drag and drop feature. So let's jump right in and do that. I have a VST pulled up. I have the heat up VST. I like the sound here, the fantasy sound. It's like a nice little bell sound. So I want to go for something kind of hypnotic, you know, on like a call and response type of vibe. You know, something plays, then something else plays, something like that. So let's see if we can drop just a little simple back and forth melody, and then we'll go from there and see if we can build something off of it. Let's do it. Alright, that's it. Now we're gonna go to up here to the export audio tab here. Right here you have export MIDI, and right here you have export audio. You want to export the audio, so you hit that and it's gonna transform that into some audio, and then all you do is once it turns red you click it and then drag it down, hold it and drag it down to your samples, and there it is. That's the actual sample. So let's get rid of the audio. We're not going to need that anymore. And we can also get rid of the plugin right here. You're not going to need that because we now have the audio. So let's double click on the audio, and here's our sample that we just transformed. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to chop that up, go to the chop, and we're going to hit regions. We're going to chop that up into 16 regions. And it's going to fall perfect. The chops are going to fall perfect simply because we kept everything on the grid with our metronome. So the chops are going to fall perfect. Okay, so we're going to hit shift. We're going to convert. Now when we convert and it says new drum program using slices, we're going to click the create events button right here. Normally that's not checked because this will allow you to put this sample on your track, and it's gonna create the MIDI notes for you all in sequence. That way you can keep the sample the same way it is. You just have to specify the number of bars. So you're gonna see exactly what I mean. The number of bars that we want is 8 bars, because that's what our sample is made into. And then we want to hit do it, and then if we go back, there are our slices all put on the track there. Okay, we have everything laid out, so that way this just allows you to keep your sample as is, and it's gonna just put the notes all in sequence on the grid. That way it just plays the sample exactly how it is. Or, you know, like most of you guys do, you don't check that box and you just kind of play your own sequence, you know, and manipulate the sample how you want. But we're gonna keep the samples as they are, simply so we can work with samples instead of VSTs. So let's continue with this and see if we can build something else. All right, I have another piano sound in the same VST. This is the all natural piano and the keys preset, and it sounds like this. One of those real authentic pianos. So we're gonna lay down a nice little counter melody to go with this. Let's do it. Just kind of shape out this sound a little bit. Now let's do the same thing. Let's go up here. We're gonna hit the export audio button. It's gonna export our audio, and then we're gonna take it, drag it down to the rest of our samples. We're gonna get rid of the MIDI notes, and also we can delete the program as well. We don't need that. Okay, and then we're gonna click on our sample. We're gonna go to chop. We're gonna go to regions, 16 regions. We're gonna hit shift, convert. Keep everything as is, and we're gonna hit do it. Okay, and then that puts our track out. All right. If you notice, it keeps putting everything on track 1, but I switch everything. I keep converting, switching the events to the next track. So I'm gonna put this on track 3. So I'm gonna, because I like to leave track 1 for the drum. So I'm just gonna go to events. I'm gonna hit copy events from track 1 to track 3, replace, and then I'm gonna clear track 1. Just hit clear. Okay, and then once I go to track 3, it should have the events there that are on track 3, and then I'm gonna choose my sample. I'm gonna choose my sample down here, which is track 3. There we go. There we go. Let's keep going. All right, we're gonna drop some chords. So I'm back at the VST. I have the keys patch, diamond. That's a nice piano. So let's rock with that and drop some chords, and then we're gonna kind of go back and lay some bass notes to spice the chords up. Let's do it. Bass notes. So let's drag this down. We don't want it to come in too hard. Okay, let's do the same thing. I'm gonna go up here, hit export. We're gonna drag it down. This is gonna be our track 5 sample. Okay, and then we're gonna get rid of the cards. Let's get rid of this, and we can delete the plugin as well. Okay, and then we're gonna go back to the sample, double click on it. We're gonna go to chop. We want to chop by regions, leave it in 16, hit shift, convert, keep everything as it is, hit do it, and that puts our stuff back on track 1. we want to copy the events from track 1 to track 5, replace, and then we want to get rid of all the events on track 1 and put track 1 back to none. We're going to go to track 5, boom, and put our sample on track 5 right there. So it should be there. Okay, let's kind of take off a bit of the shine on that piano with an EQ. Alright, there it is. That's our chords. Alright, let's drop a few drums on the track. Let's put this hi-hat. This is like a shaker hi-hat. Has a little delay on it. So let's put that one in first. We're going to hit 16 level, go to velocity, because I want to go from lowest to highest. We're going to kind of work our way in and out the pads. Let's do it. Let's go to no repeat. Let's put that in. Alright, let's drop the 808 on track. And then we should be done. We're going to keep this very simple. Like I said, we just want a nice little hypnotic tune that goes back and forth. So let's drop the 808 and close it out. Yeah, nice track. I'm kind of feeling the way this is going, man. Sometimes it's just the little simplest things that have like a little catchy bounce to it. I kind of like the way this turned out. I like the way the melody is. I like the way it kind of has that back and forth kind of vibe. You know, very seldom do I create something like this, but I'm glad that I put this in practice just to kind of create something like this. So that's how you kind of work with samples instead of VSTs. You know, this is just a good idea for guys that work on laptops, stuff like that, you know, that don't have a lot of CPU power. There you go, you can kind of get this rocking with just your samples instead of your VSTs. That does it for the video, guys. This is a real simple feature in the MPC, this drag and drop feature. It's something that they implemented a while back, and when they did, it makes working with small systems and working with samples a little bit better. All you have to do is just create your melodies one track at a time and just bounce the samples out to audio files, and you're good to go. Just remember to keep your samples the way it is. Just click that little checkbox when it says convert your samples to a program, and that's gonna lay your MIDI notes out to where it keeps the sample exactly the way it came out of the VST. Hope you guys got some value out of this video. If you did, smash that thumbs up button. It helps your boy out a lot. Drop me a comment below and let me know if this is something that you find useful in your workflow. I'm gonna play the beat at the end of the video, and I'm also gonna show my screen. That way you guys can see how the full beat turned out. Before I get out of here, guys, make sure that you're following my Instagram at the Drank Kang, and also following my Facebook page at facebook.com/Dungeon Palace Studios. Once again, I appreciate all the support. Really love you guys. Thanks so much. This is your boy DZD, aka the Drank Kang, Purple World Entertainment, live from the Dungeon Palace Studios, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.